I want to let Nigerians know that Natasha is not telling us the truth. We're all swept off by emotions. We believed her tears. We believed her lies. She brought the lies to us in the United States, but today we have brought the truth to her in Nigeria back. We may be thinking they are being oppressed or victimized, but at the end of the day, you find out that these people are bloody liars, pathological liars, people who have no conscience, people who can destroy without even looking back. Natasha is one of them.
Since Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan accused Senate President Godswill Akpabio of sexual harassment, many people have questioned her credibility. They have labeled her a Delilah, attempting to bring down another powerful Samson. As no one has been able to support their claims, Sandra Duru has come forward, stating that the suspended senator framed the Senate president. Taken to Facebook Live, the US-based activist, also known as Professor Mbeke, claimed that Senator Natasha offered her 200 million naira to frame Akpabio for organ trafficking. According to the activist, the suspended Kogi lawmaker confessed that her accusations were never about Akpabio and that the real plan is to topple the Tinubu government, which he claims is Yoruba-centric. Knowing Nigerians will ask for evidence, Professor Mbeke shared screenshots of chats he allegedly had with Senator Natasha on WhatsApp. The activist also shared some voice notes from the lawmaker where she made some of the alleged confessions. The voice note sounded like Senator Akpoti-Uduaghan's for many who listened closely. However, other people find it hard to believe with the recent rise in artificial intelligence. Could it be real? Or was Senator Natasha's voice cloned to frame her?
Natasha was threatening me when I refused to take money from her. I am not hungry. I am not poor. Those who know me will tell you.
What's good, guys? It's T-Code here for African Glitz.
The petition is in my name against the President of the Nigerian Senate, His Excellency Senator Godswill Akpabio, for sexual harassment, abuse of office, and malicious obstruction of my legislative functions.
On March 6, 2025, when the Senate Committee on Ethics suspended Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan, they thought she would quietly return to her people in Kogi State or back to her supportive husband, High Chief Emmanuel Uduaghan, to play housewife. To their surprise, the lawmaker representing Kogi Central has been their biggest headache ever since. First, Senator Natasha flew to America to meet UN women at the Parliament conference to discuss her persecution. The lawmaker representing Kogi Central told the world how she reported a case of sexual harassment against Godswill Akpabio, the Senate President in Nigeria. But instead of him recursing himself until investigations were conducted, she was given a 6-month suspension without pay. Days later, Senator Natasha took her case to international media, including the BBC and CNN, giving Akpabio hell. As you may have guessed, the international disgrace enraged Akpabio and his supporters, but all these efforts to get back at the Kogi lawmaker were unsuccessful. First, they tried to recall Senator Natasha, but the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) rejected the petition for not following due process. The lawmaker also claimed she was threatened not to set foot in Abuja, otherwise she would be arrested. Also ahead of Akpoti-Uduaghan's homecoming from her international media rounds, the Kogi state government imposed restrictions on political rallies and convoys, citing security concerns, but the 45-year-old mother of 4 fired back that no one can stop her. In response, the Kogi government blocked all roads leading to her hometown in Okehi local government. Again, neither Senator Natasha nor her followers backed down. While many of her supporters gathered at her home in Ihima to welcome her, the senator's husband, Elema of Warri, proposed she fly in an helicopter, which helped her bypass the restrictions. Still taunting her detractors, the suspended senator penned a mock apology to the Senate President, expressing deep regret for her actions. Natasha begged that she be forgiven for assuming a seat in the Senate was earned by election, not erection. I now realize the catastrophic consequences of my actions. Legislation delayed, tampers fled, and the tragic bruising of egos so large they require their own postcodes. For this disruption to the natural order of quid pro quo, I bow my head in fictional shame. Please find it in your magnanimous heart, somewhere buried deep beneath layers of entitlement, to forgive the stubborn woman who mistakenly believed that her seat in the Senate was earned through elections, not erections. I remain yours in eternal resistance, Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan. Unafraid, unbought, and unbroken. She wrote on April 28, 2025, throwing the whole country into laughter. Barely 3 days after, a US-based activist, Sandra Duru, popularly known as Professor Mbeke, released what she called evidence from an alleged exclusive phone conversation with the senator.
So Natasha came to me on the 27th of March 2025 after she had visited the United States.
According to Professor Mbeke, the evidence proves that Senator Natasha has made false allegations about the Senate President for personal gain. First, the US-based activist alleged that Senator Natasha tried to bribe her with 200 million naira to accuse the former Akwa Ibom governor of organ harvesting.
And she started offering me money. The first she said she has this problem with this Senate President, and explained to me everything. She thanked me. We talked personal things which I won't let out for now because it's her privacy, about her life, about her mom. We talked a lot. And the question I asked, Natasha, if you want me to represent you, can I know the truth? She said to me that she started dropping names, I won't mention all, that she has already she has already paid Dr. Obi Ezekwesili. How much do I want? I made her understand it's not all about money. Just talk to me. Why are you fighting? What is the problem? What did they do to you? She now explained to me the truth. And Natasha told me bluntly, she said, babe, there was nothing like sexual harassment. I was shocked. To be honest with you guys, I broke down. Because if you check my page, I was already fighting. If you go and see the things I posted about that man, the Senate President, you'll cry for him. I was fighting. I've contacted UN agencies because I'm a member of the UN Council. I've contacted everyone. I'm the president of TUFF, the Unique Family Foundation, that has UN ECOSOC status and the rest of them in the United States. I was out to fight for Natasha. I was ready for the battle against the Senate President. So when she now started explaining things to me, in the course of the explanation, she was so relaxed. She was so calm. She opened up a lot of things to me. That the Senate President of Nigeria, we should take it that way, that he murdered someone. And don't forget, I'm a mother. I'm a woman. I'm a human rights activist. I'm a journalist. And at the end of the day, I wasn't happy with it. I called her again. We had another conversation after she has blabbed. When she's talking, she won't let you talk. When Natasha is talking, Natasha is very prideful and controlling. Natasha thinks money can do everything. Natasha doesn't know that I'm blessed. Maybe she was not aware before coming to me that Natasha made me understand she wanted the organ harvesting case to, take over the sexual harassment. I came again to say, Mom, can I have the evidence to prove that? She said she knew about it for the past 3 years. That for the past 3 years she knew about it, but she just kept quiet. But now I think she wants to use it. She has evidence on that.
About 4 years ago, Inubong Umuren, a fresh graduate of philosophy from the University of Uyo, Akwa Ibom State, went for a job interview in the same state and met her untimely death. At the time in April 2021, Ini's friends and family raised an alarm online, leading the police to apprehend a 21-year-old undergraduate student, Uduak Frank Apan, who was later convicted and sentenced to death by hanging in August 2022. But investigative journalist David Ondane begged to differ. In a publication released in May 2021, Undain claims his investigation shows Uduaghan was just the fall guy and Ini was a victim of an organ trafficking organization run by Godswill Akpabio and his wife. 4 years later, Professor Mbeke claims Senator Natasha offered her money to nail Akpabio to the cross over Ini Umoren's death. This is because the sexual harassment case wasn't working, and she needed another strategy to bring down Akpabio. In particular, Natasha asked Professor Mbeke to help draft petitions for the UK Parliament and the United Nations.
My darling, beautiful Natasha told me there was no sexual harassment. There was no evidence. Another allegation. Can we at least treat one allegation? I will fight for you. Just give me your evidence. Any evidence. Autopsy, anything on the girl. She said, okay, I'll send them. Now, while we were waiting for that, she alleged another one. So at that point, I kept recording and keeping them. Okay, good. You have told me the reason for this fight is not Senator Akpabio, but the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And you said because of you don't want Yoruba government to go beyond 4 years. Number two, you said no sexual harassment evidence of any kind, of anything. You just want to do your thing. What you said about your husband, I'm going to keep. It has because of your children and his own children. So then the third one, the death of Umoren, that you're asking the international community, the media, and myself to allege against the Senate President. Umoren died 2021, and from the private investigation conducted, there was no organ harvesting. Autopsy was done. The person who murdered Umoren is serving a life jail term. And doctors in the house, please help me educate Natasha. Kidney cannot be removed and preserved, and you can't fly kidney from Nigeria to Germany or anywhere in Europe to transplant it just like that. No. Doctors should know it's important. You can't even, are you going to preserve it with formalin? What are you going to use to preserve the kidney? Natasha Natasha is a pathological liar. And when she's lying, she lies like a daft. Natasha lies like somebody. I tend to ask myself, is she okay? So now, how did they take this girl's kidney? Why is she bringing out something that will hurt the family of that girl? That will cause them emotional trauma, emotional distress. We all know that 2021 and 2016 are apart. I don't want to go into the private life of people, but let's now take it this way, that I had to report to the agencies in the United States that I have an information from a senator from Nigeria who said another senator murdered somebody and she knew about it for the past 3 years. That makes her an accomplice. And why didn't she tell the police she knew who killed Umoren? So on that one, I said, okay, since she has said sexual harassment is not true, okay, come prove this one. So I petitioned Natasha to the authorities, including ICC, documents I'm going to prove to you guys. So Natasha was unable to bring evidence till today. Instead of her to clarify, she said, I'm AI, she doesn't know me, I'm not in existence, and she has never called me.
According to the US-based activist, Senator Natasha claimed some politicians are behind the plot to bring down Akpabio, but he is not their target. How does the lawmaker gain from all this? Sandra Duru claimed that the senator told her she would be rewarded with either the Minister of Petroleum position or the Governor of Kogi State seat if she succeeded in toppling the Tinubu-led government.
Natasha said this is politically motivated and sponsored attack against what she calls, she said it's Yoruba government. She said it has nothing to do with Akpabio. What they sent her to do was to ensure that the Yoruba government do not go 8 years. Girl, what is your problem with this thing? That if she gets it done, they will make her the governor of Kogi State. Or if that does not work, that they will give her Minister of, what they call it in Nigeria, Minister of Petroleum Resources. And she has to fight to finish. Like if I want, she can introduce me to them.
Professor Mbeke didn't stop here. She claimed Natasha confirmed that the sexual harassment case was fabricated and she had been recruiting prominent politicians and human rights groups to malign the Senate President. Notably, Sandra Duru claimed Senator Natasha paid the likes of Obi Ezekwesili to derail the Senate Investigative Committee.
She was bold enough to tell me that she has paid Dr. Obi Ezekwesili, that she recruited Dr. Obi Ezekwesili, that's not a big deal, I can do it. I said, did you tell Dr. Obi that these things are not true? She said, they know. We are women. We can't let these men be doing this to us. We have to fight. Let's just use gender-based whatever.
The Kogi lawmaker also referred to the International Federation of Women Lawyers, FIDA, as useful idiots.
So the area that I was interested in, I had to redirect her back to the question. She now said, it didn't happen. I don't have evidence. That was why I sent Dr. Obi Ezekwesili, Mrs. Abiola or Dr. Abiola, and FIDA. FIDA means Federation of Women Lawyers in Nigeria. You were recruited, and she called you guys useful idiots. That she recruited useful idiots. Women that can speak and be heard. You are now Natasha's useful idiots. And she was wondering why I cannot join her on Arise TV to do the same thing. And the question is, why always Arise TV? She said she has bought them. That's the, what did she call it? What was that word? That is the, her, whatever TV station for this project or whatever she's trying to do. And that she has also paid them to organize women award for her. That if I want, she can put my name. I said no.
The lawmaker was sure that if Professor Mbeke started accusing Akpabio and his wife of any Umoren's death, Nigerians would believe it because they were gullible and hungry. Unfortunately, Sandra Duru declined the Kogi senator's monetary bribe and offered to go public with the case when she sent an official letter of commitment and evidence of her claim. But this was when Senator Natasha disappeared into thin air. While showing off the call logs and recorded conversations in her possession, the activist played some of the voice notes exchanged between her and the lawmaker. Professor Mbeke added that the suspended senator was out to destroy men. The media sensation added that she has submitted all her recorded conversations and other evidence to relevant authorities in the United States and other parts of the world for forensic analysis.
If you go down here, she also sent this to me about Yahaya Bello. I don't know who is Yahaya Bello. One Ododo, I don't know who is Ododo, I don't know them. She sent me a lot, and she sent me so many things. When she now found out that all she's offering me is not going to work, she started deleting those things. But those things she's deleting, I already have them, and I've submitted them to the police. I've submitted them to the police in Nigeria, ICC, everywhere, including IPU. And watch me on CNN. I'm going to bring out more, because on CNN we're going to now have a slide on CNN. So Natasha, you can see she's just petty. I don't know, Ebuenyi, I don't know, Peter Nwabuenyi. She said to me what she wanted to do to that one. And because she said that one was at the party, so that one has evidence against her or something, that nothing happened. I don't know what she's talking about. That's Nwabuenyi, I don't know. I don't value cheap things. I don't value what I have not worked hard for. I work hard for everything I want to earn it. When you are raised by Americans, you will know that we value integrity, and we can fight any battle to any level without losing it, because we keep our evidences and we watch what we say, how we say them. And that's why I decided to let her know that I'm going to smoke her out of her hole like squirrel. And she's unintelligent. It's not about lying, jumping up and down. No, you have to know. She doesn't even know what it takes to be a senator and the rules guiding the Senate. So she started deleting. Then at this point, she started saying she doesn't want anything contractual. So let me play her first ever call to me. 1 second. Could you help me?
From the beginning, yeah.
Increase the volume, please.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's start again. Mm-hmm. Can you take
Yeah, hello. Doctor. This is Senator Natasha. Sorry, are you Professor Mbeke? I am the same Professor Mbwe. Because right now I'm like, this picture looks familiar. But my friend, Ina told me, oh, it's
Let it Dr. Sandra. I want them to hear it. Okay. Yeah. I want them to hear that she called.
Thank you so much for the work.
Just like again. Just like again.
Yeah, I'm sure they can hear you.
Yes, I did mention it there. If not that, I did a little bit background check on the man who called me. He reached out to me in my inbox. I ignored him since morning. Okay. Because honestly, I don't trust our people and I don't talk to them. I was a principal consultant to Police Service Commission and I doubled also at the SON. I didn't want to get involved from the beginning. I was like, I don't know this lady. I don't talk to these people. And my conscience kept disturbing me. I don't get involved. I mind my lane. They know me. I just don't talk to people. And I don't want to see mistakes have been made. If I met you earlier, I wouldn't have allowed you to go to Arise or just say he had my hands. Some people called me that I should be lucky. By the number 3 person. Do I know what it is that I would have just taken advantage of it and enriched myself?
No. Okay, for some security reasons. So my people, that's a lot of things was said. Not one call, not 2, not 3. So today I just came here to establish to you guys that Natasha knows me. She said all these things to me. I have written petition against her and she has been invited. She has made her statement and that was why I was waiting, telling you guys, so please give me some time. I'm gonna come and I'm here. And the case is not just Nigeria, it's an international case because she came to the international community. So the international community are also interested now. And I am the petitioner, in case many of you are not aware. I am the one handling this against her.
Mbeke also showed off some parts of our alleged exchange in which the Kogi senator deleted some of her messages, but she was quick enough to save some of the evidence. Since Professor Mbeke came out with her claims and evidence against Senator Natasha, many have sided with her. This is mainly because of the voice notes, which they said sounded just like the lawmaker's voice. However, many others have found loopholes in the claim too, based on the fact that anything can be doctored easily with artificial intelligence tools, including messages and voice notes. Also, as a Federal Republic of Nigeria senator, Natasha's phone number can easily be found online. Equally, as a senator who has been working, Senator Natasha may respond to every call and message to her phone, but it doesn't mean she discusses sensitive matters. Notably, many are finding it hard to believe that the Kogi lawmaker offered to pay the activists to do what she was already doing and will do. When Natasha accused Akpabio, Professor Mbeke didn't ask for evidence before supporting her. Many think this would have been the case again if Natasha had accused Akpabio of organ trafficking. So why offer to pay 200 million naira?
He said Nigerians are G and H, gullible and hungry. And you are not taking the advantage that Nigerians are hungry and because of what they are going through, you want to now add more to their problems. I said, let me take you to these people. Let's make peace, Natasha. I won't fight with you. She refused. She started offering money. I said, no. If you do not make peace with these people, then you don't love your people of Kogi Central. You are fighting for your own selfish interest. You want to be a governor. You want to be a minister. You want to disturb what you call Yoruba government, which I don't understand what you mean. Now the people using you, I said no. Go back, apologize, because what happened at the Senate was a kind of misconduct. Every institution, every organization, they have their ethics and the rules guiding their place. Natasha doesn't even know what it means to be a senator. I had to, Google. I said, listen, this is it. She said, I don't care. I can talk from anywhere I like. No, I try to educate her because it's difficult for somebody to be educated and act like an uneducated person. A lawyer, very lousy, careless in all her utterances. I'm not a lawyer, but I can't speak like that. You didn't even calm down for them to call you to say, my wife, my daughter, our senator, what's the problem? You ran outside with lies, not with the truth. At that point, I got angry with her when she refused to make peace. I tried.
That's not all. Professor Mbeke is not a close friend of the senator, so it's unlikely that she will drop her guard to the point of confessing to framing Akpabio. I mean, Senator Natasha is a lawyer by profession. But even if she wanted to make such confessions, the Kogi lawmaker would have done it face-to-face without an electronic device, knowing how sensitive the case is. In a plot twist, many suspect the APC-led government sponsored Professor Mbeke to silence Senator Natasha for good. How? APC is notorious for playing the tribal card. Every issue and even their campaigns are usually about tribes. That has been their game for years, dividing the people along tribal lines. So, when Professor Mbeke claimed Senator Natasha wanted to topple the Yoruba government, many said it sounded familiar. But as Nigerians continue to debate what's fact or fiction, the Kogi Central lawmaker has reacted to Sandra Duru's allegations. The content of the live stream, including the voice effects credited to me, is entirely untrue and most manipulative to serve Sandra Duru's ulterior motive of playing the script of Senator Godswill Akpabio, adding, "To the best of my knowledge, those words used against Obi Ezekwesili, Dr. Abiola, Fida and fellow Nigerians as gullible and hungry are crazy falsehood and did not emanate from the natural cause or any contact involving me. It was from recent research that I also found out that the person who now represents herself as Sandra Duru is the same person who operated as Professor Mbeke on Facebook. In the nearest of time, I will respond to the unfounded allegations," she promised. Sadly, despite Senator Natasha's statement, many people have begun to withdraw their support for her, including ex-beauty queen and actress Regina Askia. The US-based media personality accused Natasha of weaponizing gender-based sympathies. "Just did one of the hardest things. I tendered an unequivocal apology to my big brother, the SP, after watching that earth-shaking interview by Dr. Duru. The middle ground I had tried to maintain disappeared, and tonight I ate humble pie. I don't know if Madam Senator can recover from this one. I wish her well and extend my deepest sympathies to all women who genuinely endured sexual harassment. Weaponizing of gender-based sympathies must be checked with the same energy with which we cry out against sexual harassment," the former Nollywood actress wrote. What do you think of the recent allegations against Senator Natasha? Do you believe Professor Mbeke? Do you believe Natasha bribed Obi Ezekwesili and fabricated allegations against the Senate President? Do you believe Senator Natasha is working hard to undermine the Tinubu-led government because he is Yoruba? Finally, do you think this development will end sympathies towards Senator Natasha?
Let's head to the comment section to share our opinion. If you enjoyed this video, please like and share with your loved ones. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you can be notified when we drop a new video. Thanks for watching. It's Tikud here, and I'll see you again soon.